As in the past, we have our agenda, but I want to comment about this new setting because the recommendation of the EDR supervisors, they recommend us to make this setting because in this way everybody can see the screen. In the past, when I was sitting over there, some people can't see, if they were sitting in the center, they can see the perfect. But from the sides, it was not a very good view, so I think that it's going to be better. And I feel closer to you. Okay, the guest speaker that we were going to have, for some reason they are not here, I suppose it's because there should be an accident somewhere. They told us that, they said, well, we'll be happy. As a matter of fact, we have a meeting yesterday, and we review a video that they were going to present. But they told us if the Call of Duty get it present, we will not show up, but we will try to be there. So maybe they are in an accident, I hope so not. But they are not here for that reason. Okay, the next one is the meeting procedure. As you know, we always make a presentation and the questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. For the questions, each person will take a turn at the microphone beside the stage, right here in front, stating your name, lot number, and your question to provide an opportunity to talk for everyone. One question per person, please. Next item in the agenda is the Administrator's Surgery Supervisory Committees and Public Meeting Dates remembers. Okay, in EDR, it is Dick Peterson, the President, Ed Jones, and Philippe Van Rensburg, La Ventana del Mar, Denise Lavin, Hans Walchut, in Las Villas, Marta Rizek, and Gary Lambert. I have to announce with a sad heart that Gary Lambert has decided to not run again for Las Villas in the next period. This is for health reasons. So we open at this moment the submission of summary of life, let's say that, or a curriculum vitae for the Las Villas position for one supervisor, because right now it's open because Gary is not running for next term. I want to thank him publicly all the work that Gary put into his labor with the committee. He was a very good part of it for years, and I really appreciate all his help. I think so, we all are grateful for that. Thank you. The next thing is the administrator. I'm representing Mr. Jesus Olmos, who is the chairman of the HOAs. The public meeting dates that we have to remember is the next town hall is in September 30th. The developers meeting will be November 2nd, and the general assembly meetings will be November 3rd in the EDR and November 4th, La Ventana del Mar and Las Villas. I just received an email from one of our residents saying, why do you have to do the meeting in these days when nobody is at the ranch? And I say, well, I suggest you to read the newsletter because we always publish the dates that we have the meetings, and I inform the person that in this year we have, as always, 3 town hall meetings and the GAs, besides the information that we provide in the newsletter, which is a very good window for information. So I didn't receive any response, so I think so. You got the idea that we really do meetings regularly. Okay, the next one is the June 2023 newsletter. Like I said before, it is a very good way of communication. It is the latest news, and as you know, there are the different sections, HOA at work. From the beginning, there has been a lot of changes in the newsletter. There have been additions of different aspects. There is a summary of incidents, the road grading, water schedule right now that you can see. I received complaints from the supervisors, which we were receivers of all the complaints complaints of the owners who doesn't want to rewash the car after our truck put water on the roads and dirty them again. We have notes from your supervisors, birthdays and calendar of events, activities departments, recognition for HOA employees, and very important, all the clubs that are functioning into El Dorado Ranch community. Fishing, dog park, Centro Equestre, quilting, pickleball, safe, tennis update, and golf news, hiking group 2, and the library. So there's a lot to do. We are the only community in Old San Felipe that has activities. And this is a very remarkable thing because you get entertained. Buenos días. Well, the Guardia Nacional is here. I make a stop here. Let's pasen con Sabina, por favor. Buenos días. Maybe we'll stop a little minute because they have to put their own computer and we'll start again with them. As I was saying, the activities part of the ranch is very important because you are entertained, you have time to relax. Sometimes when we see the people speeding at the roads, we don't think that there's too much relaxation because it's speeding. But it's enjoyable to be here. We were treated with a very kind start of the summer. It's going slowly, so we are getting accustomed to the 40s, 45s, and we don't have the torture of the 50s in Mexicali. In the meantime, you can enjoy the pools, you can enjoy the movies, you can enjoy many other things that I didn't mention in the activities that are in the newsletter. This is a big, big thing. Comparing the Ranch with some grounds or parks. I will continue a little bit more while we get ready. Okay. The new municipality of San Felipe, I have news for you. There is a committee that has been formed with all the authorities in town, namely Army, Guardia Nacional, the municipal police, the municipal president, and the Fiscalía del Estado, and some other areas in the government that are pertaining to security and safety. We have been having meetings with them. They come and have meetings with San Felipe once a month. And there have been agreements that have been taken in those meetings because they came to hear us. What do you need? What's the problems you have? The first one, I went there. One of the agreements was to divide San Felipe in 3 sections: Central, South, and North. And this is because we have different needs in each area. The South area has certain needs. Remember that they are far away from town, all the way to San Luis Gonzaga. So they have different problems, distances, safety, the highways, that they are not as good as these ones. But the center of San Felipe has the Malecón, has other areas of problems. Big races over there, the end of the races and things like that. And we have our own problems in the north. So we start talking. And one of the first agreements was that, to divide the town in San Felipe, the city of San Felipe, in 3 areas. So we can each one work in the ones pertaining to us. The second one was, we talked about, one of the things that we talked about is the road. With all the transit that we are getting from big trucks from the south, coming right now from Los Cabos, La Paz, etc., our highways are suffering a lot of use, heavy loads, heavy trucks, and we can see that after the races there were a lot of holes in the highway. So at that meeting we talk about that, and they start repaving them, they are fixing them. And another thing is speeding in the highway. Another agreement was to ask for the SET through the Guardia Nacional, and the El Dorado Ranch is sending another letter too, to put more signs on the road specificating the speeding permitted. 80, 60, 40. There's only one stretch of 100 kilometers. And with that, I think so we will have less accidents, because I have been in the HOA 9 years, and I had signals. And yesterday I was driving to town, and more or less the hill where is the water tank, one guy came in a very old pickup. I was not speeding, but anyway, he just came like 20 meters in front of me, like if he is just driving around the Central Park. So I was not speeding. I put my light to the left and just said to him, "What's up? What's up?" I am sure he understands the second part that I didn't say. Fool. So more or less it's like that, and this is part of things that are happening. We are going to let the Guardia Nacional make the presentation, and then I will go on with some other things that have been talked in those meetings that I think so is going to be very interesting for you. Vamos a presentar a la Guardia Nacional. Ya está listo el video. Sí, aquí está.
Buenos días, soy el agente de la Guardia Nacional Carlos Alfonso Ríos Melqui. Soy el encargado de turno de la Guardia Nacional, me acompañan mis compañeros. Somos agentes de carreteras.
My name is José Alfonso Ríos Melqui, and I am an agent of the Highway Patrol. I am here with my companions, and we will work here, and we will make a presentation for you.
El motivo por el que estamos esta mañana aquí es para darles una pequeña presentación de límites de velocidad en la carretera que está frente al Dorado Ranch.
The motive that we are here is to give you the information about the highway that is right here in front of El Dorado Ranch, which is of most interest to you.
Es una presentación muy pequeña de solo 9 imágenes. Me gustaría que prestaran atención. Va a iniciar mi compañero, que también se va a presentar, para darles las primeras 4 de ellas.
It is a very short presentation. It's 9 slides only, and his companion is going to make the presentation.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jesus Eduardo Robledo Ramirez. Is our president.
I don't have to translate that.
Bueno, aquí tenemos 3 límites de velocidad, lo que es aquí en San Felipe, lo que representa El Dorado. Aquí el límite que ustedes tienen más aquí es el de 60 km/h, que sería el límite de millas y de tiempo.
Okay, right here in the area of El Dorado, we have 3 different limits of velocity. The most we have is 60, which is equivalent to a speed limit of 30 miles, a little bit more. Let's square it, round it to 30 miles.
Aquí tenemos por fuera lo que es Dorado Ranch, tenemos otro límite que es de 80 km/h, que para ustedes lo manejarían en 40 millas.
Out of the area of El Dorado Ranch, there is a lower speed limit of 80 kilometers, which is around 40 miles per hour. And the third one is 100 kilometers, which is more or less 15 kilometers. This is important because we know that everybody is over the limits. Yo dije que es normal que se pase.
Aquí tenemos ejemplos afuera del Dorado Ranch, que son en sus entradas, donde muestra que son 60 km/h, o sea, marcarían 30 millas. 40 millas.
We have signs in the road. They are asking for more because some people say, I didn't see them. We only have 1 kilometers. But this is an example of how they look, and they represent 60 kilometers, 40 miles.
Aquí tenemos otro ejemplo que sería en la última entrada del Dorado.
This one is last entrance to El Dorado. It's the same speeding limit. And the other one is by the crocodile. This is the return area.
Es importante que presten atención que todos estos señalamientos están a inmediaciones del Dorado Ranch.
It is very important for you to notice that all these signs are in the area of El Dorado Ranch. So these are existing signs.
Este es un señalamiento de retorno autorizado.
This is an authorized return sign. If you turn somewhere that doesn't have that sign, it's not permitted.
Si se dan cuenta, de aquí hacia San Felipe van a encontrar muchos lugares así.
From here to San Felipe, you will notice that there are many areas that are just like that, without signs.
Pero ahí no está autorizado. Si hubiese un accidente con cualquiera de ustedes dando retorno o dando una vuelta ahí, es prohibido. Entonces, en automático, puede que se conviertan en los responsables del accidente.
As you can see, there are no signs. So this is a return that is not authorized. If there is an accident, and you are the one that crossed the line making the U-turn, or just crossing, and there's an accident, it's very, very most possible that you will be decided as the guilty part of the accident because you are turning in a non-authorized area. And I know everybody does it, but not everybody has the accident. That's a point of interest here. If you have an accident making the wrong turn, it's very probably you will be the guilty part. So try not to do it.
Siendo honestos, como comenta, la mayoría de mexicanos o la mayoría de residentes de San Felipe lo hacen, pero está mal. Nosotros cuando vemos a una persona le hacemos un ticket, una boleta de infracción.
Being honest, we know that all Mexican people and residents of San Felipe do the wrong turns. But when they saw them, they give them tickets. This is the reason that they are letting you know because everybody does it. Not everybody gets a ticket, but in case of an accident, there are the consequences.
Quiero que presten atención a esta imagen, por favor.
This is an image that he wants to comment about. It's important.
El vehículo blanco, que es una camioneta Lincoln, es una residente del Dorado. Quizás algunos de ustedes la conozcan.
The white Lincoln Sub, it's a resident of El Dorado. Maybe you know the person or not.
A la ciudadana, cuando nosotros llegamos al hecho de tránsito, ella ya había sido trasladada. Nosotros dimos la oportunidad de que ella la inspeccionaran aquí y después con su médico en Estados Unidos. Pero es importante que piensen que si en caso de un accidente puede que ella o puede que no haya sido la responsable, pero hay algo que se llama manejo a la defensiva. El manejo a la defensiva es siempre manejar con todas las precauciones, seamos o no los responsables de la situación.
When this happened, the driver of the white car, the person was allowed to go to get treatment in the United States. Usually, when that happened, it's not permitted, but being the case that it was a resident of El Dorado, permanent resident, they say, okay, we'll allow you to go and get treatment in USA. And after that, she received treatment here. What the position here is when you are driving, even if you are guilty or not guilty, you have to assume always that the defensive driving. Defensive driving is have all the precautions in the world. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, after I know about this accident, I went to a different area